Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in and join me for the final night of the Visions and Goals Challenge. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in and join me for the final night. The final night. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Come on in, come on in. Good evening. Say hello as you come in this evening so that I will know who is here. Going to get started in just a couple minutes. We have been coming this way for 5 days. Tonight is the final night of the Visions and Goals Challenge. And we have been having an awesome time doing this challenge. Been getting some awesome nuggets. Come on in, say hello as you come in so that I will know who is there. Good evening. Good evening. Who is there? I see the likes, but who is there? Say good evening so I'll know who is there. I don't know, Facebook is doing something really strange now. I have no idea, but I can't see who is there till much later. I'm going to give it just a couple more minutes. I hope that you all have had a great Friday and that you are ready for this weekend. It was a beautiful day today, especially after all the cold weather that we had here in Orlando, Florida. It was chilly. 36 degrees. I believe it was yesterday morning. 36 degrees. Like wow. In Orlando. Like wow. I'm going to give it just another couple minutes and then I'm going to go ahead and get started. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I am Coach Sandara, and it is my mission and my purpose to help push women to be their very best selves, especially after they have gone through a traumatic situation. Sometimes when we go through a traumatic situation, it causes us to feel like that we have been stripped of our power, stripped of our strength. And so it's my mission to help women realize that they have the power on the inside of them to take back their strength and also their power. I'm also a writing coach. I teach others how to write their book, how to become a published author. I do this in my 6 weeks writing intensive course. So I love empowering and I love pushing women and helping women to be their very best selves. And so this week we have been coming this week for the Visions and Goals Challenge. I've been doing it since Monday. This is night number 5, and we are excited to be here for this final night. Some of you have been here with me each night. Some of you have been here with me all 5 nights, and I am just grateful for your support, grateful for you being here with me during this challenge. As you come in, if you could say hello so that I will know who is there, and possibly your name will pop up. I'm not able to see. I see that there is a couple people live, but I have no idea who is there. So if you could say hello while I do a recap. So this week I have talked to you about several things as it relates to your goals. Trying to make sure that you are able to see more of your visions, your goals, and your dreams to manifest. I talked about a Monday night, decide what you want. Then I talked about believe you can achieve it, plan for success, stay motivated. And then I talked about the SMART goals, which are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timeline or time frame goals. And so I've been trying to give you tools and strategies this week to help you, to assist you with completing more of your goals. On last night, we talked about outcomes, seeing more of your goals manifest. Talked about how important outcomes are. Outcomes of your goals are so very, very, very important. And I want to see more women. I want to see more women's goals manifest. I want to see more women having the desires of their hearts, because I believe that we can have the desires of our heart. I believe that we can do anything and everything, hey Danielle, that we would like to do. But I wanted to do this challenge. I do a challenge at the beginning of the year, every year. And this year I was led to do it on visions and goals, simply because of what we witnessed earlier this year with Vice President Kamala Harris becoming the Vice President of the United States. And so many other things have been happening in the lives of women. And I just believe that this is the season for women. I believe that this is the time for women to elevate. I believe that this is the time for women to expand, and I believe that this is the time for women to execute. So it has been my purpose this week to give you some tools and some strategies and some steps to help you to see more of your visions and your goals manifest. That has been my purpose. And several of you said that you worked on, I forgot, I talked about mind mapping, having you to do the mind mapping illustration. And actually, we had one person who shared hers on last night, Trinisha, and she won one of my planners because she actually did her mind mapping and she actually shared it with me. And so tonight, on this final night, I wanted to come and talk to you. Let me give you the words that we have covered this week. Each night I covered 3 words. On Monday night, I covered goals, grow, and gratitude. On night number 2, I covered plain, patience, and passion. On night number 3, I covered vision, I covered valuable, and victory. On last night, I covered right, I covered willing, and I covered win. Well, tonight we have some powerful words that we are going to deal with tonight that I believe that is going to assist us with more of our visions, our goals, and our dreams manifesting. This is what we want in the year of 2021. Tonight, I am going to be coming from my workbook, Elevate, Expand, Execute, Vision Workbook. It talks about get clarity, gain clarity, and grow clarity. That's where I am coming from tonight. Let me tell you a little bit about this workbook. I know we talked about laying out our visions. I talked about writing it out and making it plain. Well, in my workbook, in this workbook, I give you a chance to do a recap on the prior year. Like last year, it would have been 2020. It's good to do a recap of the year before. And I want to tell you the reason that it's good for that. Number one, it's good to look at your visions and your goals and your dreams from the year before to look and see which ones you did not complete. Because possibly you could add those to your list for this year. So I, in the workbook, ask you specific questions about the year before. Questions, and I call it a year in review. And what I basically ask you is, I say, this is a perfect time to reflect and look at what your goals, visions, dreams, and intentions were in 2020. Take a look at those things you did accomplish and those things that you did not accomplish. If there is anything that you did not accomplish in 2020 that you would like to carry over to 2021. And then I ask you to list. I have 3 things that you can list. It's important to do this because there could be possibly something on your list last year that you didn't complete, but you may be able to complete it this year. You may be in a better place mentally. You may be in a better place spiritually. You just may be in a better place overall. And so it's good to look at your visions and your goals from the next year. I asked 3 pages of questions about the year. And then we go into year 2021 in the workbook. Here is what I say in the workbook. This is a time to call into your life exactly what you desire. This is the beginning of your new journey. Good evening of 2021. The scripture, Jeremiah 29:11, it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." I believe that wholeheartedly. That scripture speaks volumes to each and every one of us. Then I go on in the workbook to say, stay focused, stay connected, keep declaring. Now that you have written everything down and created your vision board. Your vision board doesn't actually have to be on a board. This book allows you to create your vision board. How will you make sure that you stay on target with your goals, your visions, and your dreams? Let me give you some accountability steps to take. Most successful people are able to complete their goals because they use the secret tool of accountability. Accountability is a powerful tool when you have someone that will hold you accountable for your visions, hey Instagram, and your goals. Thanks for joining. And so Stephen Covey is a very a man that really talks about steps, and he talks about habits. This quote is from him: "Accountability breeds responsibility." Accountability breeds responsibility. When you have someone holding you accountable, it makes you be more responsible, and it causes you to want to complete your visions, your goals, and your dreams even the more. Now, who can hold you accountable? I am so glad that you ask. I talk about this in my workbook. You can hire a life coach for accountability, in individual coaching or group coaching. Coach Sandara, which is me, will be more than happy to assist you with holding you accountable. After you have written your visions and your goals, after you've written them out and you've made it plain, it is easy for somebody to hold you accountable. But if you haven't written it out, you have no idea where you want to go, you have no idea where you want to, the things that you want to complete, then you could also do a strategy session for that as well. But it's good for you to try to write out your visions and your goals, whatever comes to your mind. That's why the mind mapping is so important. Another accountability step is to make your goals public. Tell somebody about the goals that you want to complete. Tell a really close friend, or tell a family member who you know will hold you accountable. Me, I will stretch myself and I will post things on social media. Why? Because I like to be a woman of my word, and I put that kind of pressure on myself. Now, everybody can't handle that, but I do. I put myself under that kind of pressure. Making your goals public helps you too. It keeps that fire up under you. It keeps a reminder in the back of your head that you said you were going to do this. So it's important to make your goals public and find somebody who will hold you accountable. Now, those of you who have joined me this week, you have written down what your goals are, but I want to tell you to go back and revisit and see if you wrote down anything for 2020. Now, 2020 was a rough year for a lot of people. And so you may not have been able to complete the goals or the visions that you desired to complete. But I'm sure you wrote down something. This will be a good time, if you have not already done so, to go back to that list and see if there's anything that you can pull from that list and add it to this year's list. Why? Because, like I said earlier, you may be in a better place. Better place mentally. Because 2020 drained a lot of us. And just to even think about it, we are still here. We're dealing with it a lot better, because I can tell you in March, April, May of last year, I know many of us thought that we were going to lose our mind. I know I did. I had no idea. I thought that this thing would come, and then I thought that it would be over in a little while. But here we are, coming up on almost a year dealing with this COVID-19. So revisit some of those things that you maybe wrote down on last year. Then I want to give you some steps to help you stay motivated and to complete your target goals, your visions, and your dreams. And then we're going to get into the 3 words for tonight. Number 1, capture what it is that you want to do. You have begun this step already. Go a step further and make sure to keep your goals, your visions, and your dreams where you can always view them. I talked about that on last night. It's important to have your visions and your goals where you can see them. Not on a piece of paper anywhere, not on at work and you're at home. I showed you on last night that I keep all of mine in my planner. And I keep my planner with me. My planner goes everywhere with me. You should make sure that you write your visions and your goals down in a place where you're going to be able to view them. Why? Because when you're at work and you're away from home, something may come to your mind and you need to write it down in your planner. Not on a piece of paper, because the truth is sometimes you may lose that piece of paper before you get home. You may lose it. But if you write it down in your planner, you will always have it and you won't have anything to worry about. Also, you can use index cards. You can use Post-it notes. I showed you on last night. I use Post-it notes all the time. I use the large ones. I keep those all around my desk. Why? Because I'm always writing something down. And a lot of times I will write it on the Post-it note and I will put that Post-it note in my planner. You can also keep a journal if you don't want to have a planner as large as mine. You could just have a journal for all of your visions and your goals, all of your notes that are related to your visions and your goals. Step number 2, get organized. You will not be able to complete anything if you do not stay organized. Organize in a way that you understand. It has to be clear to you. If the vision or the goal is not clear to you, more than likely, it is not going to happen. Make sure that you are organized. How can you do that? Get you a good planner. Not just for dates, but where you can write your goals, your ideas, etc. Where you can write, I showed you all what mine looked like last night. I write everything down in my planner. I told you on last night, I write down my monthly sales. I write down my monthly goals. I showed you on last night. This is what my January looks like. See all the notes? Oh, and I didn't say this last night, but I want to say it tonight. I do not write my visions or my goals in black or blue. I write my visions and my goals in pink. Why? I like to write it where I can see it, and pink is my favorite color. And when I write it, it motivates me. So I write everything in pink. Everything. Hey, Catrice, good to see you. I write everything in pink in my planner. The next thing I say, you should never leave home without your planner. And then I say, write, write, write. You must write in your planner, not just browse through it. You don't have a planner just because it's cute, just because it's pretty. No, you have a planner so that you can plan your visions, your goals, and your dreams. I talked about this last night. If you are a business owner, you should have weekly sale goals. You should have monthly financial goals. You should set those goals. I told you that I set mine on Sunday. On Sunday, I write out what my goals are. I write out how many sales I would like to make. I write out how many new clients out. You must write out what your goals are. Why? Because if you don't write them out, they're not going to manifest. And then I showed you at the end of the month in my planner, I am able to celebrate my wins. Why? Because there is some place for me to write down the things that I was able to win in, which means I was able to complete. I created my planner because most planners didn't have what I needed in it. I tried for years, but I created my planner in 2019, and I've been doing it since then because I know what I need in my planner. And it's important. When you go to the store or wherever you buy a planner from, you need to look through it before you invest in them to make sure that it has what you need in it, that you will be able to keep track of what you need to keep track of. Don't just buy a planner because it's cute. Don't just buy a planner because, no, that's not what a planner is for. A planner is for you to write the vision and for you to make it plain so that you can do what? So that you can run with it. Meaning what? So that you can get to work and so that you can complete your visions and your goals. Number 3 is prioritize your life. Only you know what you would like to do and what you would like to complete. How? Lay it out. Stick to it and get serious. That's what you got to do if you want your visions and your goals and your dreams and your desires, anything that you really want to manifest. You got to do this. You got to lay it out. You got to stick to the plan, even when it gets hard, even when nobody is supporting you, especially those who you feel like or you thought would support you, especially your friends and those closest to you. You got to stick to it, even when those people don't support you. And I want to give you a little tip. Don't expect your family to support you. You set yourself up for disappointment and discouragement. Your friends either. They're your friends. They're your family. They're not your clients. You want clients who will value your gifts and support you financially. Not ask you for a discount. Mm-mm. Who will pay full price for whatever it is that you are selling? Why? You're in the business to make money. You're not in the business to give away giveaways. And now I do give giveaways because I gave away my planner on last night. And the value of my planner is $47. But because Trinisha on last night, she did what I suggested on Monday night and she shared it with me. I was actually able to see it. I blessed her with a planner. I'm going to bless somebody else tonight. That's not what I mean. I mean people who are always trying to text you or in your inbox and trying to ask you for a discount or ask you for something free. Those are not your clients if you are in business. You want people who value what you do and who will pay for what it is that you do. They will pay for your gifts. They will pay for your talents. Those are the kind of people who you want. So stick to it no matter how hard it gets. Stick to it. Get serious. If you were not serious as we began this new year, we just began the second month of 2021. You still have plenty of time to get serious about your visions, your goals, and your dreams. Number 4, plan out your time. Plan out your time every day. Times when you will do things outside of your everyday responsibilities. Those times are going to happen. Allow me to tell you something very personal about me. If something is not on my calendar, I'm not doing it. People can't call me at the last minute for stuff. Why? Because I have a calendar. Now, because I am a pastor also, there are times when there are emergencies, death, illness. That's different. But outside of that, I plan everything that I am going to do. I showed you my weekly planner on last night. This is on my calendar. Why? Because it helps me to stay accountable. If it's not on my calendar, more than likely I'm not going to do it. Just like you schedule your hair appointment, your nail appointment, your pedicure, your facial, your dentist appointments, your doctor's appointments, you should plan everything else for your life. I plan my massages. I plan everything on my planner. I write it down on my planner, and I also have it in my phone so that I can get an alert. Because sometimes I get busy. Like I might be making products or I might be doing something and I get busy. So I have alerts on my phone. So now I'm not suggesting that you do that, but I am letting you know that when you do that, that people will value your time a lot better. And people will treat you a lot better as it relates to your time. Manage your time better. I'm not one that wastes a whole lot of time. Time is valuable. Because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner, time is money. I do not sit around and just do absolutely positively nothing. I don't sit around, I don't watch TV, I hardly ever watch television because I have things to do. I have several businesses that I run, along with working a full-time job, but not much longer, plus being a wife, right? Being a mother. My children are adults, but I'm still a mother. Now I'm a grandmother, plus, well, I'm not a grandmother. I can't even believe I said that. I'm a GG to my G baby. So I plan everything. I plan when I'm going to ride my motorcycle. I plan everything. The only thing that I do not plan is when I take a shower, when I brush my teeth, wash my face, things like that I don't plan. But just about everything else in my life, I plan it. I have to plan it because I'm a busy person and I need to make sure that things don't collide. And I also plan it so that I do not overwhelm myself with stuff. That's why I plan my schedule. Manage your time better. The next thing is teach others how to respect your time. Nobody can teach anybody else that but you. You can't call my phone all times of night. Mm-mm. You're going to go to voicemail. You can't text me either. Why? Because I have boundaries. Now, my members know what to do. But you got to have boundaries. You cannot allow yourself to be available to everybody all the time. You can't do that. If you do that, you set yourself up for burnout, for stress, for anxiety, and for illnesses. If you do that. Teach others how to respect your time. And the last thing, plan out your day, your week, your month, and your, nope, that's not the last one. Sorry, I got one more over here. Plan out your day, your week, your month, and your year. Number 5, take action steps toward your goals daily. Even if it's a small step, take the step. Take the leap. Doesn't matter that it's small. Action means that you must do something. How? Set timelines. Set timelines for when you want to complete your goals. 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, the last quarter of the year, annual. Set your goals up. Set timelines. Take small steps so that you do not get overwhelmed. I just talked about that, getting overwhelmed. Sometimes we set ourselves up for failure because we get so overwhelmed, right? Because we have put too much on our plate. And then what happens? The majority of the time, we give up and we stop whatever it is that we were working on. We set ourselves up for failure in the first place when we put too much on our plate. Whatever you do, as it relates to your visions, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your aspirations, whatever you do, do not quit. Do not quit. I believe in you. And I want to tell you tonight that you can do it. If you apply what has been shared this week, the words that have been shared with you this week. And now I'm going to go into what the words are for tonight. The 3 words. They all begin with the letter M. And the first word is mindset. Your mindset has to change as it relates to your visions, your goals, and your dreams. Right? Millionaire or $200,000 a year or $100,000 a year if you're in business, it doesn't start at the bank. It starts in your head, your mindset. Your mindset has to see you making the 100,000 or the 200,000 or the millionaire or your mindset has to, you got to get that in your head. And the reason you got to get that in your head is because you have to set up things so that you can get there. Can I tell you that you're not just going to make $100,000 in a year because you think about it? No. You got to work the plan. You got to work the vision, and you got to work it like it's nobody's business. Mindset. Your mindset has to change as it relates to your visions, your goals, your desires, your dreams. We sit and we watch other people do things that we would like to do. Well, I'm telling you, it starts in your mindset. Yes, you got to work the vision. It starts in your mindset. And if your mindset is not right, nothing else is going to be right. If you want to do something because you see somebody else doing it, listen, you have already lost, because that is not the reason that you need to be trying to do something because you see somebody else doing it. Somebody else might be making it look easy, but you are not with that person 24/7. You don't have no idea if that person toss and turns in the middle of the night. You don't know the tears that they shed. You don't know the struggles that they go through. What am I trying to say? That you see their story, but you don't know their struggles. And to tell you the truth, when you see their story, all you see is what they show you. People are not telling you the real deal. And that's one thing. Social media will mess us up. Can I tell you that anybody can put anything on social media? But that bothers us and that affects us. Can I tell you that social media don't put no money in the bank? Social media doesn't pay bills. Money pay bills. Money goes in the bank. Clients. Money from clients. That's what you need. But we right here worrying about social media and what people and what others do on social media. Can't do that. You will mess yourself up trying to keep up with people on social media. Oh, no, the Lord just dropped this in my spirit. You will go broke trying to keep up with others on social media. Do what you do and do it well. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing. If you do what you were called to do, what you were designed to do, if you stay in your lane and not try to go in somebody else's lane. See, because when we go in other people's lane, that's when we find ourselves in trouble. Mindset. Your visions, your goals, your desires, your aspirations, your dreams, it all starts with your mindset. After you get it right in your mindset, the next M is move. After you get it right in your mindset, then it's time for you to move. Sometimes we can be so slowful, acting, reacting, taking action steps as it relates to our visions, our goals, and our dreams. No, it's time for you to get up from where you are, and it's time for you to move, and it's time for you to get busy on your visions, on your goals, and on your dreams. It's time for you to move. It's time for you to move from that place. Can I tell you that you've been in that place long enough? Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop feeling sorry about what happened. It's time for you to move. It's go time. It's not stop time because of how you feel or because of what's going on in your life. No, it is time to move. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight. But it's time to move. It's time to move forward. It's time to move and get all that God has for you. God has so much in store for you. But your mindset got to be right. And you got to move. When your mindset is right, and when you move, this next M will automatically come. The last M is manifest. When your mindset is right, when you move when you need to move, I want you to know that your visions, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, the money, the team, I want you to know that everything that you desire, God will allow it to manifest. But you got to first get your mindset right. You got to be willing to move. When the Lord says move, when the Lord tells you to go, you can't be slowful. You can't say wait. You can't be like that man in the Bible that says, wait, I need to go back and talk to see about my family. No, you got to be willing to go and move when the Lord tells you to move. You ain't got time to go back and see about anybody. You got to move when the Lord tells you to move. I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but I'm telling you, you got to be willing to move when the Lord says move. And when you do this, I'm telling you that manifestation will be all over everything you touch. Ask me how I know, because this is what happened to me when I began to put these things in place, and not just in place, when I began to put them into practice and make them a part of my everyday life. God started allowing everything that I touch to manifest. Are you ready for everything that you touch to manifest? Then I'm telling you that you got to be willing to do these words that I have given you all week. I gave you 3 words each night. You got to be willing to do that. I'm trying to tell you, my sisters, it is our time. It is our season. It's time for you to stop sitting and standing on the sidelines and watching everybody else do what it is that you would like to do. But it starts in your mindset. Your mindset. You got to be willing to move. Move when you need to move. And when God tells you to be still, be still. But there's some of you that he's told you to move and you just stood there because you had no idea what was going to happen. So you didn't move. Fear, doubt. I'm telling you tonight, when the Lord tells you to move, you got to move. Now, I don't know who I'm talking to tonight, but as it relates to your visions and your goals, if the Lord told you to start the business, start the business. Move. And don't be afraid to move. Because if the Lord told you to do it, then he is going to see you through it. No time for doubt. No time for self-sabotage. No time for talking yourself out of it. On this final night of this Visions and Goals Challenge, I'm telling you, you got to use these words that I've given to you each night this week in this free challenge. Monday night, goals. Grow. Gratitude. Tuesday, plain. Make it plain. Patience. Have patience. Passion. Make sure it's your passion. Don't do something that you are not passionate about. Wednesday, vision. Write the vision. Valuable. Make sure that you're valuable and that others treat you like you're valuable. and victory. You have the victory. Victory is all over you. You just got to step out of your comfort zone. Last night, write the vision. And after you've written it, be willing to follow it. And after you're willing to follow it, you will win. But you got to do it first. And tonight, mindset. Move and manifest. Take all these words and apply them to how you will move forward with writing your vision and making it plain. Now, I am going to do a call to action for those of you who may be in a place and you really don't understand where you are. I am beginning. I posted it, but I said that I was going to give the information tonight to the group. A Got Faith for the Journey 90-day boot camp. In this boot camp, I will give you the tools, the strategies, and the steps in the workshops of how to use that mustard seed size faith that is talked about in the scriptures for every area of your life. This comes from my book, Got Faith for the Journey, that I released on today. It's been 2 years. I want you to know that you got faith for the journey, but sometimes we need help. So I am offering Got Faith for the Journey 90-day boot camp. What will you get in the 90-day boot camp? You will get 8 bi-weekly meetings in a private group with me and others. You will get added to a private Facebook group where there will be empowerment, encouragement, and interaction. You will get strategies for planning, for you getting to your next, whatever your next is. I want to tell you that after I wrote this book and I began to do what my book told me to do, is when my life changed. If you don't have this book, get this book. And I'm not just saying it because it's mine. It's not just a book for reading, but at the end of each chapter, it gives you something to do. At the end of each chapter, it asks you questions. Not only do I ask you questions, but I give you affirmations. Affirmations. Not only do I give you affirmations, but then I give you words to use. Words to use to encourage you. When I began to put my book to work in my life, that's when things happened for me. That's when things turned around. That's when I was encouraged to know that I could step out. I had been wanting to do coaching for a long time. To tell you the truth, I had been doing it for free. I had been giving so much, because people expect for pastors and preachers to do everything for free. And that's when I learned. I said, you know what? Well, I'm not pastoring. I'm not preaching when I do coaching. My book helped me to step out of my comfort zone. So I am doing a Got Faith for the Journey 90-day boot camp. It is beginning on April 15th, and it will go for 90 days. 90 days. You will get so much content and so much information, and I can assure you that you will be better about yourself personally, spiritually, and you will be more motivated. And every time that something comes up in your life to knock you down, you will know where to go for you to be encouraged. You will be able to encourage your own self. You will be able to speak life over your own self. I also will teach you how to use affirmations, journaling, and meditation while we are in this 90-day boot camp. The 90-day boot camp is a $297 investment. You are worth the investment. You can do it all at once, or you can do a monthly payment of $99. Listen, for 90 days, when you make this investment in yourself, it is $3.30 a day. That's what the investment is. We spend more than 330 cents at McDonald's, at Burger King. You can't buy breakfast for $3.30 anywhere. Nowhere. It's time for us to be okay with investing for where we want to go and where we want to grow. Some of you have already said, I want to start coaching. I want to be able to do what I see you doing. You got to start somewhere, and you got to first invest in a coach. That's what I did. I have 2 coaches, and I am in 2 coaching programs right now. Every coach needs a coach. You can't be afraid to invest, but you want others to invest in you. It'll never happen. It'll never happen. You gotta invest for where you want to go and where you want to go. My assistant, Danielle, if you can put the link on the page for those who may want to do it all at once. And if you want to do it for the $99 a month, then all you got to do is let me know, and we will send you an invoice, and you can do it this way. I want you to know that it is an awesome investment for you to join me in the Got Faith for the Journey boot camp. Again, it is beginning on April the 15th, and you will meet with me twice a month in a virtual private space, not Facebook Live. And then there will be interaction also in the group. Are there any questions or any comments about this full week? Any questions or any comments about this full week? Any questions? Any comments? It has been a full week. It has been an awesome week. And I am so grateful for those of you, like I said earlier, some of you have been here every day. Every day, every day. Now, I cannot see who all is on, but I need to know if Sabrina Haynes is on. Sabrina Haynes, are you on? Sabrina Haynes. If anybody is on that can get in touch with Sabrina, if Sabrina is not on, because she was on here every night, I need you to see if you can get her to come live just for a moment. She's been on here every night. Every night. Sabrina Haynes. I know that Facebook is delayed